No comment chick's coming for you. The DMs got posted and it looked really bad, right? It's ironic that, like, I'm now talking about Poppy on my stream. I got a DMCA notification last night. It was actually over Xanderhal's Thoughtslime stream, right? So we covered that yesterday, and like, I don't think I was super mean to Xan, like, or anything like that. We had some people in here to argue with me and, you know, got a little contentious, but like, I don't know what, I am kind of surprised. Yeah. And as far as like, you know, Xan being responsible for this or Xan doing this himself, it's a little unclear. It was definitely Xanderhal's video that got claimed, but it wasn't Xanderhal's name because, you know, I'm like, I was actually in Xanderhal's community early enough to know what, you know, his name is. I'm not going to say it here, right? Because we don't need more people knowing streamers' personal details, right? But yeah, I would recognize, if I saw Xander's name on the DMCA, I would have recognized it. That's not the name that I saw. It was somebody else's name. And another name that was on there was White Nervosa. So who's White Nervosa? All right. So White Nervosa, if you're watching this, listen, I don't hate you. I actually used to watch your streams. Really know anything about you other than the fact that you're associated with Vaush and stuff like that. But your name's on the DMCA notice. So, you know, if you want to tell me what that's about, if you had a problem with me, you probably could have just DM'd me, but you didn't do that, which makes me think that you're trying to get my channel taken down, right? And it's hard not to associate you with Vaush, all right? I know that you're not, like, you know, glued hip to hip with Vaush, right? I know you also do stuff for Xanderhal and Demon Mama and a whole bunch of other people. And, you know, I respect your skills. I respect the fact that you are the Promethean figure who stole the sacred fire of DGG from Destiny. Do you know about this, chat? So Destiny's site, that code is actually public domain. And White Nervosa figured that out. Well, I don't know, I don't know if that's hard to figure out, but like White Nervosa knew about this, right? And she basically ganked the code. Ganked Destiny's code and created VGG. I'm sure that like VGG, like she's put her own work into it, right? I don't think it's just Destiny's code, but like the original framework was Destiny's code, right? The other thing that White Nervosa is famous for, okay? And White Nervosa, if you want to correct the record, maybe I heard this wrong, right? But there was early in Vaush's career, there was some pretty bad stuff that went on. Right, even Vaush has admitted this was bad stuff, right? Vaush got in somebody's DMs, I think it was on Destiny's Discord, and he was just kind of being a sex pest. He wasn't, you know, he didn't send pics or anything like that. You know, there wasn't anything, you know, he just like, you know, was kind of pestering somebody that obviously wasn't interested in him. And, you know, the DMs got posted and it looked really bad, right? So this looked like it could be the end of Vaush. And what happened? Well, some people in Vaush's community got together and they decided, let's make a war room. Let's make a clan ops, even. You could even call it a clan ops, right? So the same thing that they're criticizing me for is something basically that they do all the time. Like, right, you got a threat to your stream and you get together and you try to put together some information to fight back, right? So they did the same thing that they criticized me for. The file thing, that's what they do all the time. And it's kind of ridiculous that they would actually do streams trying to, you know, criticize me for something that's like absolutely normalized in the streamer community. But it went a little further. They set up a group called the VIA, the Vaush Intelligence Association. So all you maiming about the NCCIA, I mean, I wasn't the first. Vaush was, right? And, you know, this thing was called the VIAA, or VIA. It's not the Recording Institute of America. Well, we could call it, let's call them the VIAA now. That actually fits better. Right? Because what are they trying to do? They're trying to take down my stream. So they're the VIAA. You are no longer the VIA. That was kind of cool. Now you are the VIAA. That is definitely not cool. All right, you are the DMCA people, okay? But yeah, so basically White Nervosa was part of this pushback against the cancel campaign. Now that's one side of it, right? You know, our streamers getting canceled, and you know, we maybe think that what he did wasn't that bad, doesn't deserve that, right? That's one side of it. But when you fight this, you end up fighting the accusers, right? So the people that were in the screenshots, and I haven't talked about this a lot. This is so ironic. Vaush, I have never talked about the Poppy thing. I'm more interested in your takes. I'm more interested in your platform. I'm more interested in the effects of that platform, right? So like in general, I don't try to prosecute, you know, somebody as being bad and worthy of cancellation. I don't have a magic wand to wave over your head and go poof, you're canceled, right? But this is it's ironic that like I'm now talking about Poppy on my stream. I'm now talking about the Vaush sex pest allegations from way the fuck back there, that the leaks, the supposed leaks, the folders that I've never seen before in my life, right, that were leaked and presented as mine, right? Those seem to indicate some interest in the Poppy thing, right? That was the one thing that they showed you. They showed you inside the Vaush folder. Inside the Vaush folder, you saw clips of the you know, kind of tapes that make Vaush look a little bit yikesy on the children thing, right? And then you also see the what looks like screenshots from the Poppy incident, right? So that was presented as something that nocommentchick had on her radar. She was ready to do this. She was going to talk about this, right? That is old news. So you can kind of see what they did. They just like it's like they wanted to serve stir fry, right? But they didn't have much stir fry. They didn't have much tofu or meat. They didn't have much, you know, right? So they just padded out with cabbage. And that cabbage was just an old ass story that like nobody's really interested in anymore. That Vaush has been accused and that accusation didn't do anything, right? So, you know, it's a vaccine. It's dead. It's a dead virus, right? That was what was put into those folders to make me look like I'm like a big danger to all of BreadTube streamers, to all the debate bros, all the dude bro streamers, everybody out there, right? Nocommentchick's coming for you, supposedly, yeah. But I'm coming for you with essentially a vaccine, right? Because that's what that is. That's something that the Vaush people bring out every time they try to criticize Vaush. They're like, oh yeah, it's just like this. It's just like this, right? Yeah, that's not really something to go after Vaush over. And yet I find myself talking about it here in spite of really not wanting to cover it. So like, keep fucking trying, guys. Keep fucking trying to get my stream takedown. Because like, let's be real. Let's be real for a second, okay? What was the goal? What was the goal in all of this? What were they trying to do? What did they want to happen? Did they just want the video down? Were they just bothered? Yeah, nocommentchick doing like, this is our video. This is Xanderhal's video. We don't want you making money off of that. We don't want you doing that. You're stealing Xanderhal's content. Like, right? Is it that? Did they feel like I just uploaded it without much commentary? Nope. I'm all commentary. I'm all commentary chick, right? You know? So yeah, it wasn't that. So what do they want to do? I would say that they tried to take my channel down, that they wanted to get DMCA strikes against me to get rid of me, to silence me, chat. Now, why the fuck would they want to do that? I'm a tiny streamer. Well, when I started my drama in a nutshell videos, it somehow filled a niche. It somehow scratched an itch that that the shorts section of YouTube was looking to have scratched, right? There was something that appealed to the algorithm there, right? So they're getting a lot of views. Those videos, you know, reliably get a lot of views. And I think I scared them. And I think that this is like a last ditch effort to silence me, right? Because they sent people into my chat to try to argue with me. They sent people into my comments to try to make me look stupid, right? And I slapped all that shit down. I slapped all this shit down. So you couldn't, you know, attack her and say that she's lying and she's a bad faith actor and all this shit. You couldn't say, you know, I'm a huge like friend of like Thoughtslimes or anything. I'm not, like, right? You know, Mildred not a friend of mine or anything, right? That like they couldn't go after me for that. So what did they try to do? They tried to take my channel down. They tried to take my channel down. And that's what's going on now. That is what time it is. Did anybody see the Twitter post? You know, like I'm afraid that what people are doing is they might think that that's like a shit post, and maybe, I don't know, maybe I need to clarify. Maybe I need to do a little clarification, right? Because it's actually not. The DMCA takedown was real. Now the part that's a shit post is the part that is the shit post is that it was about the Steven Universe thing. Obviously, that wasn't why it was taken down, and it was taken down by somebody in the Vaush network, right? But you know, the video in question was the Xanderhal video, right? So it looks like, if anything, maybe Xanderhal's trying to start shit with me, right? I'm just gonna go ahead and leapfrog the weakest of the debate bros. I think that Xanderhal is like under my pay grade. Like, I'm just not gonna waste my time on Xanderhal, right? And like, honestly, I don't really want to do a debate with any of these bros, okay? I would like to talk to Vaush about Steven Universe though. Like, that is for real. That is out there, right? And it's mainly just because, like, there was some cringe posted there, okay? Like, Vaush's reason for hating Steven Universe is like probably the most embarrassing thing I've ever heard him say. He said that Steven Universe is a show that tries to get good boy points. Good boy points, huh? And he doesn't want to be about the good boy points. So he basically called Steven Universe a male feminist, you know, in a way that implies that that's a pejorative.